Capitol Hill, Sunlen.
Good morning to you, Allison. This was a press conference that was originally meant for Donald Trump to announce his labor secretary pick, but it quickly devolved into bringing out vintage Donald Trump from the campaign trail. White House aides tell CNN that this was something the president was itching to do, especially amid all these headlines that his White House is in a state of chaos. And it could all just be a warm-up act as Trump hits the road tomorrow to hold his first post-White House campaign-style rally in Florida.
The press honestly is out of control. The level of dishonesty.
President Trump unloading on his critics.
I turn on the TV, open the newspapers, and I see stories of chaos. Chaos. Yet it is the exact opposite. This administration is running like a fine-tuned machine.
Blaming others instead of himself for what has been a rocky 4 weeks in the White House.
To be honest, I inherited a mess. It's a mess.
Holding court for more than an hour, the president defending former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, who he fired this week for lying about discussing sanctions with a Russian ambassador.
I fired him because of what he said to Mike Pence. Very simple. Mike was doing his job. He was calling countries and his counterparts. So it certainly would have been okay with me if he did it. I would have directed him to do it if I thought he wasn't doing it.
And lashing out at the intelligence community.
What he did wasn't wrong. What was wrong was the way that other people, including yourselves in this room, were given that information. Because that was classified information. It was given illegally. That's the real problem.
The commander-in-chief sparring with the press about reporting on leaks.
The leaks are absolutely real. The news is fake.
If the information coming from those leaks is real, then how can the stories be fake?
No, the reporting is fake. The whole Russian thing, that's a ruse. That's a ruse. And by the way, it would be great if we could get along with Russia.
And defending his posture on Russia after a CNN report that his campaign aides had constant contact with Russian intelligence operatives.
I have nothing to do with Russia. Haven't made a phone call to Russia in years. Don't speak to people from Russia. Not that I wouldn't. I just have nobody to speak to.
Even joking about his response to recent Russian provocations.
The greatest thing I could do is shoot that ship that's 30 miles offshore right in the water. Everyone in this country is going to say, oh, it's so great. That's not great. That's not great. I would love to be able to get along with Russia.
The president defending the rollout of his now halted travel ban.
On the travel ban, would you accept that that was a good example of the smooth running of government?
Yeah, I do. I do. Let me tell you about the travel.
Were there any mistakes in that?
Wait. I know who you are. Just wait.
Insisting that it went smoothly and blasting federal judges again.
The only problem that we had is we had a bad court. The rollout was perfect.
The president also touting again a false claim about his electoral win margin.
We got 306 because people came out and voted like they've never seen before. So that's the way it goes. I guess it was the biggest electoral college win since Ronald Reagan.
President Trump raising eyebrows for asking a reporter to set up a meeting for him with the Congressional Black Caucus.
Do you want to set up the meeting?
No.
Are they friends of yours?
Just a reporter.
No, set up the meeting.
I know some of them, but I'm sure
Let's go. Set up
right
a meeting. I would love to meet with the Black Caucus.
And again, failing to condemn a rise in anti-Semitic attacks happening across the U.S.
What we are concerned about, and what we haven't really heard being addressed, is an uptick in anti-Semitism and how the government is planning to take care of it.
I am the least anti-Semitic person that you've ever seen in your entire life. Number two, racism. The least racist person. In fact, we did very well relative to other people running as a Republican. Quiet.
And reaction to that remarkable press conference came pouring in here on Capitol Hill, including from one Republican senator who told CNN's John King he should do that with a therapist, not on live television. And in that press conference, despite Donald Trump saying that he does have a good replacement potentially lined up to replace National Security Advisor Mike hours after he made that statement, Bob Harwood turned down Trump's offer to take that position. He cited his family and friends, but sources also telling CNN that he was very reluctant to accept such a position with a White House in this state of chaos. Now, meantime, the White House is readying to appoint a new communications director, potentially as early as today, Chris, to potentially take some heat off Press Secretary Sean Spicer.
All right, Sunlen, thank you very much. Quiet, 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 said the president. He can control the bully pulpit.